Hello, this is Tamara. I am with Women in Shoes magazine, and tonight I am doing an interview with Miss Wanda Brown. Wanda, how are you this evening?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. No complaints. No complaints over here. So we're going to start out, as I do with all of my interviews. I want you to give everyone that's listening your website, your email and contact information, and your social media platforms if you have Instagram and Facebook, so they can start to follow along with us as we talk.
Okay. My website is currently being worked on, but my social media on Facebook, they can find me Wanda T. Luck, Luck, on Facebook. I also have Wanda T. Brown on Facebook. On Instagram, WTBEnterprises.info. That's on Instagram. And on Twitter, Wanda T. Brown at Wanda T. Brown.
Awesome. So when I start out talking to a lot of the ladies that I speak with on the interviews, we always find out that as women we wear a lot of different hats. We're not only maybe mothers, wives, sisters, daughters, but a lot of us are entrepreneurs. Tell me a little bit about your journey and how you started your entrepreneurial journey.
Well, at a very young age, I started working with the Youth Entitlement Program while I was in high school, and I worked after high school and during the summer. So I started entrepreneurship at like 16. I knew I wanted more out of life, and I knew I needed employment because it was 6 siblings, so that meant I needed a job to get what I really wanted. So I started out at the Civil Service Commission at a very young age, and then I worked various jobs, Fort Meade government, and then after I graduated from high school, I went one semester to Coppin State College. I didn't stay. I just did a semester. And then I had got a job right after high school 3 years later with the Maryland State government at State Highway, and I started working there, and I did that for 5 years, and I started working for child support for 25 years. Also, I became a makeup artist, a jewelry consultant. I used to have WTB Pamper and Accessory Shop. I was always working to better myself, and I wound up working 30 years with the Maryland State government. I just retired in April for having 30 years, and right now I am the author of Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith. My book I wrote, it's on Amazon.com. It's at BarnesandNobles.com, Take Publishing. I shared my story. I had some health challenges, so I started writing my book. And as I retired, I just started being an entrepreneur as a makeup artist, a jewelry consultant, and author. And right now I'm also driving for Uber. I've been doing that for a month. So I'm wearing many hats, juggling all these careers, but I love it. And I also love to minister to young ladies and women and recovery groups and teaching vision board workshops. So I'm always working.
Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith.
Well, my book, Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith, got started because I had a lot of illnesses, starting with 2001. I had a Sabarac brain hemorrhage, and I became very ill, and they said I wasn't going to make it through the night. But my faith in God was measured in how much confidence I had within myself, God's Word, and believing for the best healing possible. So I endured that from March 2000 till around May, being sick of a Savarac brain hemorrhage, headaches, non-stopping, and they telling my mom I wasn't going to make it through the night. But my willingness to live, because he said, I wish above all things you prosper and be in the best of health. I believe that. I started feeding the word back to the Lord, the law of my being, and I recovered from that and turned around 3 months later, July, and broke my right ankle. And as a result of that, I have a plate and 6 screws in my right ankle, and I had to learn how to walk all over again. So I started willing my way back to learning how to walk. I had 2 casts and a boot, physical therapy, and I endured that, and it made me depressed, so I started writing my story. So after I overcame that illness around 2000, I believe, 6, somehow I got sarcoidosis, and I had got it of the skin. It's a rare skin disease, came out of nowhere, and it started eating my face and my skin up like a cancer. It was something that Bernie Mac passed from also, and I endured that pain for like 4 years maybe. My self-esteem was low. I was on the verge of just wanting not to be here. I was just tired of being sick and tired. So after I started ministering and trusting God and seeking spiritual help, going to the doctors, and one day I said, God, all things are possible if I believe the truth. And I was healed of that. And then in 2009, turned around and had another tumor in my groin area below my right hip. They had to take that out in November 2009, then go back in my legs January of 2010 and take all the tissue out my leg. So I just started trusting God and willing my way back to health by faith and believing I am healed and sharing my story. And then in around 2013, I had another little leakage, brain leakage. So I just been living by faith, putting the word on my heart, in my heart and mind, knowing I am somebody. I had a story to share, so as I wrote my story and sent the insert, publishing picked it up, and from there, that's how I published my book, and it came out in September. And I've been telling people, sharing my story, that if you live according to the truth, you can be set free and delivered from anything if you believe. And I showed up as who I am in Christ and overcame some challenges. So that's why the title of my book, Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith, and pursuing my dreams and goals. No matter what attacked my body, I was attacked, but not defeated in life, and I'm still pursuing my career as a makeup artist, jewelry consultant, author, entrepreneur, believing in my dreams and going. I'm not going to let health challenges stop me.
That's such a powerful message because, you know, a lot of us, there are lots of people that are out here dealing with so much that life brings their way. And so it's always just kind of a comfort to know, not like a misery loves company thing, but just it's always a comfort to know that sometimes that you're not alone and that other people are going through things, and to see, you know, strength, and to see somebody walk by faith and say, hey, you know, this is what I did. I'm sure that that's very empowering for your audience when you're doing your speaking engagements and your ministry. How has the book been received so far?
It's been received very well because I just trust God. And once you send something out into the universe and you, the thinker that thinks the thoughts that make the thing happen in your life, I started sharing my story, I take my personal copies with me, and then I tell people the book is available on Amazon.com, Barnes & Nobles, and I have a lot of friends and supporters. And by me sharing my story wherever I go, somebody else I've met on this journey had some of similar things that happened and was afraid to share their story. And once I started telling them about the sarcoidosis, I found out I wasn't the only one. As I was going around sharing my story, I met women who had the same issue. And, and different things happened, but in the collective consciousness, we were able to, collaborate on different things. And I love what I do. And right now I'm writing my next book, Will the Real You Please Stand Up Spiritually, because it's inner work that you have to do, and it manifests on the outer. Age is not a factor. I'm 53, and I'm living my best life now. I've accomplished a lot. And when things do come up, I know how to become still, meditate, pray, and keep it moving, because life is going to show up no matter what we do. So right now I'm setting up some tours for 2016, book signings, and I'm just trusting God that all things work together for my highest good.
It definitely does when you are on that mission for your purpose, and because we're all here to help and heal and bless others, especially with the things that we've gone through. We don't go through, my personal belief is that we don't go through anything in vain. There's always some way to heal or teach based on whatever it is that we've gone through. If you can, again, just give everybody your social media information once again, so then that way they can make sure that they have it and they can go follow you on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, on Facebook you can find Wanda T. Luck, Luck. That's the most popular Facebook page I have. And I also have Wanda T. Brown Facebook page, and WTBEnterprises.info on Instagram, and Wanda T. Brown at Wanda T. Brown on Twitter. And my email address is WTB Prayer, Prayer, Ministry, MINISTRY @yahoo.com. That's WTB Prayer Ministry @yahoo.com.
So you have all these wonderful things going on right now. How do you find balance? Because with all of your entrepreneurial efforts, there has to be some type of balance where Wanda gets a chance to relax or, have some downtime or do the things that she loves. So share with the ladies out here and everyone that's listening any ways that you've been successful in finding ways to balance everything and handle everything that you have going on your plate.
Right now, because I retired from the state of Maryland after 30 years, I am on my own as an entrepreneur, so I make my own schedule. So I usually take downtime on Sundays and Mondays, and then I can schedule out my day how I would like it to go. So I just take some days, I rest and do nothing. Basically, Mondays is a day I usually don't do anything. That's my me day for me. I schedule out my time, how much hours I need for sleep, and I make a to-do list every day or sometimes weekly, so I plan out my calendar and the breaks in between time so I know what I am going to do, and then I always take a weekend for me to probably relax and do nothing and sleep. But basically, I find the time because I don't have any kids. self-employed, independent, and I can make time to live my dreams because I love helping and serving others. And we all showed up on the planet for a purpose, and the purpose is God. And as I serve others, God served me in the time that's fall right in. So I can plan out my schedule, travel, and live my life to the fullest from my genius code, hit the reset button, start anew, and live from my full potential of just being who I am spiritually. And it all works out and manifests. And some days, if it gets overwhelmed, I take a break.
That's really important that you mention, taking breaks and not just, finding the random time to take a break, but actually scheduling it in. Because sometimes, we forget to do things that are self-care based, like exercise, like go to the doctor, and things like that. And if you just keep going on autopilot, you can completely forget to take care of yourself, especially, when you're as passionate as you are, like, with your speaking and ministry and going out and helping others. Sometimes people who are helpmates forget to take care of themselves. So I love that you mentioned, how you actually schedule time and make sure that you take the time off, because that balance is so important.
And healthy diet and exercise and drinking plenty of water and meditation, prayer, bubble baths, lighting candles, spending time with yourself, you and God, and just making your life a little easier. Because some days it can get overwhelming, but if you make me time and enjoy it, you'll live healthier, be happier. And now that I have this time to do what I love doing, I'm more happier. And, at one point in my life when I was, married twice, been divorced, helping family, helping everybody, pulling me, I lost myself. But one day I looked in the mirror and said, I love you, I'm proud of you, and hit the reset button, and it's about what I have to do to live a healthy, happier life. And I thank God. Whatever reason I went through all those trials and tribulations, it was to share the story. And sometimes you say, why me? And then it'd be like, why not you? Because somebody had to go through what I had to go through, which was me, so I can be able to share my story and be the demonstration, this too shall pass, and live my life. And that's what I'm doing.
And that is like I said, it's such a powerful message because, in this day and age with so many things going on and so many, messages from social media and so much access to instant information, I think we see a lot of the negativity and don't always get a chance to see the positivity. And so it's good to know, that there's empowering and encouraging messages that are going around. So tell us a little bit, just to wrap up, give us a little bit about what you're going to be doing in 2016 to spread the word.
Right now, my first thing is to go see Lisa Nichols. She used to be my coach about 10 years ago, and I had prayed for her to connect somehow back in my life, and I bought her book, Abundance Now, and when I bought the book, they offered a free ticket to the workshop. So the connection with that and networking going to take some, invest in my educational part of speaking. I'm going to get in a program that they're going to be offering. So once you start networking outside the box, because sometimes you're going to have to travel and get out the box and get out that comfort zone and be willing, ready, and able to move your life to the next level, you have to do some things. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to in the next couple of weeks. And like I said, I've been in a couple of magazines. I model on Saturdays. I take modeling classes. because I do professional photo shoots, is I always say, be ye ready. So I'm in modeling classes. I'm juggling that at the same time. And I like to help women or anybody start with beautification from the inside and out. And I'm looking forward to a new journey of being trained to be a better speaker, a better leader, God first, family, and my career, and live my life to the fullest, because there's more to us than we think it is. It's just tapping into that abundance that's already in you and the dimension waiting for you to arrive to the next conscious level of your life. And that's where I'm at. We are a star in our own life. We're the movie. We can the star in our own movie. Just be able to just trust and know who you are inwardly, and it all works out. Even with the bumps in the road, our faith in God is measuring how much confidence we have within ourselves. So I have a journey ahead of me of greatness, and I'm looking forward to a beautiful year beyond. And I'm so grateful and being thankful for the opportunities. And I want to thank you for allowing me to share my story with you and the listeners out there. So I thank you for allowing me to share my story.
Oh, you are very welcome, and we're so happy that you came on, because that's what we do here at Women in Shoes Magazine, is just, speak with women who are not only entrepreneurs like yourself, but women who have an empowering and motivating message. That's what we're all about, is making sure that we share those journeys, because somebody definitely needs to hear your story. Tell us, give us your booking information before we wrap, so that way anyone who wants to book you, for a speaking engagement can get in touch with you.
My email is WTB Prayer, Prayer, Ministry, MINISTRY @yahoo.com. My phone number to be reached for booking is 443-905-9711. That's 443-905-9711. Wanda T. Brown, the author of Willing My Way Back to Health by Faith, available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, TakePublishing.com, and my social medias, Wanda T. Luck on Facebook, Wanda T. Brown on Facebook, WTBEnterprise.info, Instagram, and Wanda T. Brown at Wanda T. Brown on Twitter. And they can inbox and email, hit me up on Facebook, and I'm willing to travel because I love making new connections and getting out my comfort zone, because when you're out of your comfort zone, it makes you more powerful. You can do all things through Christ within you.
Thank you so much, Wanda, for joining us this evening with Women in Shoes Magazine. We're wishing you a lot of luck on your journey.
Thank you.